Hello and welcome to another fantastic interview. And at the moment we have Valentino Sergi. Hello, Valentino.
Hello, thank you very much. I'm really happy to be here.
Well, welcome to International Gamebook Day. As you know, this is a horror event. Because beforehand we had it in the middle of August, and we kind of thought there's a lot of horror authors around. There's some horror game books. It's nice to dedicate something specially for this genre, which is, I suppose, fairly niche. That there's not a huge amount. There's a lot, mostly fantasy and sci-fi, and only a small amount of horror ones. But you've really gone at it brilliantly. It's something I had to confess I'm not totally familiar in the UK, but you're in Italy, is that correct?
Yeah, we are in Italy, in Padua, near Venice, for those who don't know the Italian area. But we are distributed US, and with our shop, we reach all the world. So if you are curious about to read our books, we translate them in English, and we put them on Kickstarter. We launched them on Kickstarter, like the Necronomicon Gamebook, and also our Gamebook and other projects that we made of role-playing games, solo role-playing games. And yeah, we made different things, like also the 5e adaptation of Bloodword with Dave Morris.
Oh, I love the cover of that. That looks shiny and gorgeous.
You see the blood here.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And what's Bloodsword before we get onto your horror pieces?
Many sort of things.
What is Bloodsword? Now you've piqued my interest.
Bloodsword is a 5e for D&D adaptation of the classic of Choose Your Own Adventure game books. We made it with Dave Morris, and we rewrite the 5 books, and we added the rule set for the 5e. And it's a very huge book with 500 pages.
Wow.
So we really go into the world of legend, and we rewrite also the end of the book. So we can create another adventure, many different paths and rules to play.
And is that in English as well?
It's coming in. Is arriving because the translation has ended, and now they are revising it, and it will be on the market in the US and English market, I think, by the end of the year.
Fantastic. Okay, well, really that's a great plug. That looks amazing. A lot of people kind of go, where can we get it from? Let's do a little. We'll do a couple of plugs. What's your website? Where can people get Bloodsword?
Okay, our website. I'm going to click to write it for you. Is Officina Meningi. So it's difficult to say. I'm writing officinameningi.hvid.com. Okay, here we are. I write it for you.
Fantastic. That's great, and I'll bring that up on the screen as well, so it'll be appearing somewhere here as well on the video if you're watching it later.
Thank you very much. And from our website, you can find our books, and all the shippings are really really low for foreign people. We ship everywhere in the world.
Fantastic. Right, now I'm going to move on to your horror stuff, which is we've got some lovely nice shiny again, like these shiny covers. Okay, now this is the Edgar Allan Poe, the horror game.
Okay,
we are really how definitive that is.
Yeah, this is. I think we are very satisfied with this work, because we won the No Dice and Roll Award in 2021, and it's a international website, and it is a popular vote. We received almost 2,000 votes, so someone appreciated. And brilliant. What we can say about this book is quite different from the other Choose Your Own Adventure game book, because you are not the protagonist. You are guiding an avatar, and when you die, the avatar becomes self-conscious, understand its own destiny. And the characters of the book, King Pest, or the Ashes, or Black Cat, they know that you are the reader, and they talk with you, and they try to to block you from ending the book, to end their world. So I wanted to recreate the um, the impression, the sensations of Neverending Story. Do you remember Neverending Story, where the
Yes.
reader um, influence, act on the characters by reading? So I wanted something similar. And here in Italy, also in the US, is very, very appreciated because it's something really different from other game books.
That's fantastic. I had a little play with it this afternoon, actually, and I immediately died. Or actually, didn't really leave the grave because you wake up and there's no character sheets. There's no dice rolling in
No
this. Is
card,
there?
yeah,
It's
no,
all
only
yeah.
riddles. So is there are also the solution we have those books. So if you get stuck, you can find the solution at the end. So don't worry
Ah,
about it,
okay.
okay? But there's an ending that is very well hidden. So you have to solve
Oh, okay.
some hidden riddles to find it. But I think it's something really challenging for people who love this kind of games with many riddles, but also a different experience for also for people who wanted to want to find something new in choosing your own adventure game books.
Yeah.
We try with our works, yeah, to create a new rule set, like what we did with the Barbarian Gamebook. Okay, now this is
Yeah.
not only in the Italian market, and we create a card system to play the combat.
Oh, wow.
So we try to create something different from the die system, where your luck is very important, and try to create
Yeah.
something strategic. So you have to find the weapons and to use your defense and your hit point to fight the enemies. And you can also play with another player. And now we have also the Necronomicon gamebook, the third one,
Yes.
third
Yes.
chapter.
Let's move on to those. Actually, before
Mhm.
we, are you planning any more Edgar Allan Poe books? I know for a series of the
No,
Necronomicon, but
no. Edgar Allan
that's a,
Poe, Edgar Allan Poe is everything that I had to say on Poe ended there because I wanted to
yeah.
create something complete. And I wrote it during the pandemic, and I wanted also to create that sensation of being trapped and
Yeah.
that something unusual is happening. And also, Edgar wrote about pest, about pandemics. So I found many themes very familiar during that period.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now, and I think it's quite unique also as experience for me.
Is that one also available as an ebook?
Yeah, for sure,
Okay,
and you can
cool.
buy it from our website, and easy. Yeah, and it's all and our ebook are also enhanced, so you can click on the choices and go directly in the paragraph. So they are, yeah, well made.
Brilliant. Fantastic. Okay, well, let's move on to the Necronomicon. Is it a
Yes,
trilogy or is it a series of books? Have you
it's
got
a
a
series of books,
definitive amount of these that you want to do? Cool.
3 books. The
So
first
there's many
one is
more coming.
no. We end with the third, with Kadat. And Kadat is
Ah,
not the third chapter, but it is an extension of the dreamlands that you face in the first 2 books. So this is the
oh,
letter
nice.
cover, and inside of the 2 books in the luxury edition of the Kickstarter, the first book is Dagon, from Dagon, the
Cool.
festival,
Lovely.
and the hunt. And they are very similar. There's a system very similar to Lone Wolf, but is more lean. And we tried to add something like madness. So you can play not as a hero, but more like a cultist. Okay, so we wanted to
Yeah.
create a different effect of for your character, because we wanted to create something very close to the Lovecraft reading experience. And
Yeah.
in the sequel, Carcosa, we took
Oh, nice.
7 short novels from Bierce, Lovecraft, and Chambers, like the King in Yellow. So we create a mashup from all the short novels that talk about the King in Yellow. And here the story ends. So you are going to face the Yellow King, and you are going to die or to try to save our universe. But when you get mad, you know, in the two books, after reading the Necronomicon, you can visit the Dreamlands, okay, during your rest. So what we have done with the third book, we create a book that you can in which you can go when you rest, so you can expand the experience of exploring the realm of Nyarlathotep and Cthulhu. So it's a very different experience for who loves the horror readings.
And the third one, it's you've just done the Kickstarter. It may still be running, so go over and check it out if you are interested in that. But you can also do late pledges, I believe.
Yeah, we do late pledge on our website. All the stuff are already made. The die, the cover, special cover, the map, a wonderful map of Kingspert. Very nice. Lovely. We have also the pencil of the Necronomicon Gamebook.
Excellent.
The third book is now already written. It is in translation from a professional mother tongue translator. So we think that we are going to send to our bakers all over the world by the end of the year or in the first months of next year.
Fantastic. And that looks very exciting. I love the artwork as well.
Yeah,
Can you tell me about the artist?
Yeah, there are 3 artists. There are Alberto Dal Lago, who's also the cover artist of Lone Wolf here in the final edition.
I thought I recognized the style.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's...
he made or a series of very nice interior art for the first 2 books. Then we have also Jacopo Schiavo. Jacopo Schiavo is a very young and talented artist with an old school way of drawing. And now we have also Francesco Biagini. I have not here the copies of a game book, but I can show you if you like. I can share my screen and show you some of the
we'll try and that's fantastic. Yes, please.
If you want, I can show it to you. Okay, one moment. I can't because I'm not an administrator, but if you want, you can show.
Okay. I'll tell you what, if you send me some images, they will be appearing now.
So we can. Okay. You are going to see some images here.
Aren't they lovely? Look at these, they're amazing. Okay.
And the author is Francesco Biagini, okay, that also is an artist for DC Comics, IDW, and many comics publisher in the US. And he has a really passion for Lovecraft and made this wonderful portrait of Cthulhu and Nyarlathotep and many other monsters. So something very powerful to see. So we have 3 artists that are very incredible.
Fantastic. Now, Valentino, let me hear a little bit about yourself and how you got into this, about your writing style. Are you from a writing background, a gaming background, or something entirely different?
I started to work in the industry of comics when I was really young, about 18 years old. Okay, I started work in publishing houses as editor, as translator. I met many different stuff. And in 2015, I start my agency, Officina Meningi, and I start to propose different kind of services to publishing houses, like, for example, developing games or launching Kickstarter. One of our major success are Brancalonia and Inferno. I work with the Acheron Games guys, and Inferno is one of the most founded Italian crowdfunding. Okay. Also, we develop product from it is about from 2018. The first one was Pagan. And we
Cool.
won
Cool.
the Lucca Comics and Games Prize. Lucca Comics is one of the major events here in Italy
Wow.
and in Europe. And for the Necronomicon Gamebook, we won the prize. So it was a very nice way to start. And from
Brilliant.
there, we continued with the game books, but also with role-playing games. I'm an author of role-playing games. I published many adventure. I published many adventure with many publishers, but also we have developed something a little different, like for
Oh,
example,
lovely.
Last Sabbath, okay, something narrative, masterless, cooperative. This is another work that is going very, very, very well. And
Yeah.
we see in the US at the Gen Con that young players, female young players, are very attracted to this new kind of game because it's very different. You are going to use tarot, runes, or tea leaves to create the
Oh,
story.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's a different
Tea
system.
leaves.
Tea leaves, Mikado, tarot, and I'll show you the runes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Four
This is
different
fascinating.
systems.
Oh,
You're
wow.
going to choose one to create your
Yeah.
adventure in 7 scenes, from the first one when you discover your powers until you find a terrible menace to fight. And it's fully cooperative without master, and you can also play solo, like
Brilliant.
1000-Year Vampire.
Oh, wow. Okay, that sounds fantastic. That's great ideas. So, are you a big horror fan? Is that more
Yeah. Oh,
fantasy
yeah.
or?
Yes. I'm a huge horror fan also of game books. I think I have a complete collection of the classic game books here, published in Italy, but also. And yeah, I'm an horror fan, but also science fiction fan. But by now, I'm an horror writer.
And which ones are the classics to you? Which ones do you kind of think? Okay, my top three, which I think of when you think of
The
game
top
books.
three, oh, Bloodsword for sure. And so I was really happy to work with Dave Morris when I had the occasion to choose a huge name to work with. And second one, I truly love the Frankenstein and Dracula of Herbie Brennan. Very inspiring to me. Okay, classics, but truly
Yeah,
classics. And
cool.
Lone Wolf. I had also the pleasure to meet Brandon and Deaver at Lucca
Yeah,
and made 2 master classes with them. I was really young, but it was truly inspiring because
wow.
I think I started to dream to write a game book after I meet them. So yeah, I think it was
Oh,
a very important
that's
moment.
that's fantastic. That's great to hear as well. He'd be delighted by that. I think. I think there's so many people inspired by Joe, and
And
all the
happy.
others. But
Yeah.
the second one that you said, the Frankenstein and Dracula one, I'm not familiar with that one.
Of Avery Brennan? No. Oh, there are
Yeah,
a couple of game books that took the classics, the horror classics, and put in choosing on adventure game book form.
yeah,
They are very, very interesting. So also the system is quite different. And for example, the Dracula one is not like one of the last version, but the version of Brennan has a sort of hidden map. So you have to move inside the book. It's very, very interesting. One of
oh
the
wow,
first books that introduced this kind of system. So yeah, I really recommend to discover these hidden gems, the Frankenstein and the
Th-
Dracula of Albert Brennan. Maybe you remember Arthur, the King Arthur series of Albert Brennan in 8
I'm
volumes.
not familiar with that. I was more a Diva and Jax in Livingston and Sue
Okay,
Jackson
really nice.
fan.
Also
So
the
yeah,
King Arthur series
yeah,
of Albert Brennan, 8 volumes, is very nice, very funny. The narrator mock you all the time. So when you die, said, "Oh, you're an idiot." So they insult you. It's very, very,
yeah.
very,
All
very fun.
right,
Very fun. Herbie Brennan is one of
fantastic.
the funniest writers.
This will be, I'm sure, when this goes on YouTube, there'd be comments going down the side, go, yeah, it's amazing, or never heard it, or that's fantastic. So it's great to hear what other
Yeah,
people are
something new.
into,
Nice
and
to bring something new to your public.
definitely. Now, the other thing is, so what are you working on now? obviously a busy man, but
Yeah,
there must be.
truly, truly
Do
busy.
you tend to work on one or two or 10 projects at a time? Are you?
I try to work to one project at a time, but
Yeah.
I'm not able to do it because I'm working on 3 or 4 projects at a time. So now I'm working on new adventure for Brancalonia that we also bring live to in a convention. So we play like role-playing game live, and so it's an adventure settled in Italy, in the south of Italy.
Yeah.
And another thing I'm doing is a new game book for the next year, and but its name is the Nightmare Game Book, and it's based on the Algernon Blackwood's work, and it would be quite different. Also, it is like the horror game book, a new system,
Yeah.
and the idea that the book is cursed, and when you read it, the curse
Oh,
arrives.
love it, love it.
Because it will be
Fantastic.
something really peculiar. Also, I'm working on a new role-playing game with a very huge artist, but we cannot say nothing at the moment. But it will be something like this, and we hope to bring
Okay.
on the Dream Quest next year. Dream
Wow.
Quest is at the beginning of the year is a period of time where Kickstarter allows a new creator to bring short and little projects like Zin,
Yeah.
Berkan Zin, and is a truly interesting opportunity because small creators here could find a public because Kickstarter is quite now difficult
Yeah.
to use.
Yeah. Yeah. It's changed quite considerably since I started using it. I don't know
Yeah.
if whether it's had a bad reputation because there's been a lot of big projects and various things happening, but obviously it's working for you at the moment. Um,
You have to pay a lot. You have to pay a lot for ads, for advertising. You have to create to
yeah.
build a community. So it's very difficult for new creators to enter in a market where also the big majors are struggling. So very
Yeah.
difficult. But in these occasions, in this spot of time, like ZinQuest, which start and make 100, you have possibility to reach a wider audience without killing yourself working or
Yeah.
spending a lot of money.
Fantastic. Well, Valentino, amazing. I'm really excited to look at more at your items and your products because I love the innovations. I think that's really exciting that you found different ways to present game books.
Thank
I
you very
really
much.
applaud that. Now, if people want to follow you, and are you on all the social medias? Anywhere in
Yeah,
particular that you're more active?
we are really active on Facebook and Instagram, so you can find us on Officina Meningi, and the Instagram is in double language, English and Italian, so you can
Brilliant.
follow us and be alerted and receive news on what we do.
Brilliant. That's fantastic. Well, thank you again. Thank you for your time. And
Thank you very
I
much.
can't wait to see what you're going to be producing in the next few years as well. It sounds fascinating. Okay, thank you, and
Thank you,
take care.
Ali. Thank you, everybody. See
Pleasure,
you.
absolute pleasure.